Hey folks, welcome to One on One, and this time it's going to be a recruiting special as it is that time of the year. National Signing Day is coming up in, well, less than a week, and this is the last weekend that folks are going to be coming into Lincoln, and prospects are going to get a little taste of Nebraska. So what we're going to do today is have a look at some of the guys that are coming in today. There's about 8 or so, 7 or 8, but we're going to have a look at the top 5 guys. If Nebraska can cement these guys, I think the class is going to be solid no matter what. But I feel that these top guys, if they are all cemented, will make it a fantastic class, especially with what Mike Riley had to work with in terms of time. So let's get right into it. First guy we're going to talk about is Alex Davis, and Davis is actually currently a Georgia Southern commit, and I know that it might turn some of you folks off because he doesn't have the greatest offers in the whole wide world. However, there's 2 main things that make me like this potential commit. Number 1, Charlton Warren is after this guy, and I basically default to another 2 things when it comes to, in terms of recruitment. If Charlton Warren is after him for Nebraska, Nebraska wants him bad. Then you look to Mike Riley's talent evaluation skills, and I say between those 2 things, he'd be a quality get. Also, you have to remember that Nebraska needs depth at the defensive end position. Linebackers, horrible in terms of quality depth right now, experience depth, but defensive end needs help as well. So Davis would be a quality get, and I'm hearing good things about what he feels about Nebraska. Next up is a guy that a lot of people have heard, at least his name, LaVon Halston. This guy is an absolute speed merchant. If you look at 24/7 Sports, they usually have a little ranking, whatnot, size, speed, etc. Speed, he is a 10, an absolute 10. He would be great for Mike Riley's transition over to a more pro-style offense. He would be a fantastic get. He has had that interest in Nebraska for quite some time now, so locking him down on this last recruiting weekend or coming up to National Signing Day would be fantastic for the future of Nebraska football's offense. I talked a little bit about linebacker depth. Well, we're going to talk about a guy named Angelo Garbutt. And Angelo, some people have projected him to running back, but Nebraska's looking at him as linebacker. Number 1, there's depth. We talked about that a little bit. Number 2, this guy's very, very fast. Obviously, if he's playing running back, obviously he's got some speed. But with what Coach Banker is looking to do, he's looking to spread guys to the outside, and this is a guy you want going to the outside to wrap up when you can extend people to the edge. So he's a sideline-to-sideline guy. Obviously, will probably play on the outside, probably play something like Will. And at this point, by the way, he is, I pretty much think, Nebraska's to lose. If anybody's coming out of the weekend committing to Nebraska, I would put decent money on Garbutt. Let's get into some very interesting potential commits. Offensive lineman Darren Paulo, and this guy's a big boy, 6'7", 330. Coach Kavanaugh has had a good relationship with this guy. Right now he's a heavy Oregon lean, and I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think he comes to Nebraska, but I didn't think that Jalen Barrett would come to Nebraska, and here he is. This would be an excellent pull. He's a guy that I don't necessarily know that he would start right away, but he would definitely give folks on the scout team a run for their money, and he's definitely a guy that would step up here probably within a year and give guys a run for their money, at least on the depth chart. So bringing him in would be great in terms of not only talent, but one-upping a team that was in the national championship game. Finally, there's a guy that I absolutely love. Big fan, and regardless of where he goes, I'll probably be a big fan. His name's Reshard Hall. He was actually found about a little bit later in the process. And since then, Nebraska offered, Wisconsin got on him, Missouri got on him, and right now I would have to say he's probably going to be a Tiger if I had to guess. But that being said, this dude hits like a freight train. He's got swag. He's got everything you want in a linebacker. He is, like, if you want a black shirt, if you want a prototypical black shirt, this dude's got it. Yeah, he is going to be tough to get, but he is, I honestly, if he was pulled in, he would be one of the most underrated commits, but he would honestly be one of the best pulls if Nebraska can bring him in. One of the best recruiting jobs because, like I said, right now Missouri's pushing him hard, Wisconsin's pushing him in hard. So you've got another Big Ten school, and Paul Chryst is not pulling any punches right now. Obviously, Mizzou's got that SEC pull. They've been doing relatively well. So going up probably until the last minute. And again, I don't necessarily expect him to be a Nebraska boy, but I'm not counting him out, not with what Mike Riley's staff has done so far. So those are my top 5 committable guys this weekend, top 5 guys that I would absolutely love to get. Obviously, there's a lot of talent coming in. There's not enough room for everybody, but there are some guys out there that if they want to come in, Nebraska will make room if at all necessary. So I'm glad you stopped by today. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be going back to some more traditional 5-step drops where folks are going to be stopping in asking questions because that's really what I want to get back to. If you are on Twitter, you can follow me at 8laces. That's where I put a lot of my info drops where it comes to recruiting, along with pretty much everything else I do. I like to think we have a good time. Check out 8laces.com. I also do some recruiting work there, and we're going to be moving into hopefully some potentially behind the scenes stuff I'm working on, so hopefully I can get you a little something there. And hey, before you go, check out this video. You might learn something really quick. I learned actually a lot in a short period of time. Thanks for showing up, guys. Take care, stay safe, go Big Red.